Welcome back to more news on ASEAN TV. Now, despite decades of Western sanctions, many Burmese continue to look to the West and the rest of the world as points of comparison to situation in their homeland, particularly those living in Yangon. In this next story, we spoke to a few of the Western-educated young people in Myanmar's largest city to see how they view the changes that are taking place in their country. More in this report. Browsing through books is a favorite pastime for many of Yangon's avid readers. Here on the streets, among the food stalls and souvenir shops, a wide range of books can be found, from old non-fiction titles to textbooks that offer lessons in a variety of foreign languages, from English, French, Chinese, and even Malay. On the surface, Yangon may look like many worn-out former colonial cities in the developing world, with sites of memories of bygone eras visible here and there. Yet, one cannot judge a book by its cover. This thriving city of 6 million has been and is Myanmar's main international gateway, with easy road access to neighboring Thailand and the country's largest functioning seaport. It also holds a huge potential in terms of its human capital in driving the country's reform process forward. Even before colonial time, the city of Yangon has been the window to the world, connecting Myanmar with international commerce. Far from diminished, the city has retained its role even through the so-called isolation period. This role will be very crucial to Myanmar's future as the country embarks on its reform process. For many of Yangon's young residents, Myanmar's reform couldn't come at a better time. Studying political science in France, 19-year-old Ang Khan told us his impression and prospect for Myanmar's future.
As an international student in France, I've been more motivated to come back to Burma because of its recent political changes, and as the country opens up to more economic possibilities, it is obviously a better attraction for the better minds of Burma, of the Burmese students.
As an indication to the changes in the past, interview like this was virtually impossible to conduct inside the country. But despite the general optimism, these young people of Yangon also expressed some reservations, calling for more actions towards greater reforms.
We can only see changes in a very intangible way, like press freedom and free election. These changes do not really affect the people at the bottom. So there should be more tangible changes. There should be more economic growth or better life standards. So yeah, there are a lot of things to be done.
I have faith in system and constitution. So I was hoping that there would be a lot more constitutional reform, and I was hoping there would be much more meritocracy and educational development. I think these will make change much more sustainable in the future.
Apart from the changes in her country, this young lady also looked forward to another important transformation in the near future.
ASEAN is also changing, and I was hoping to develop a much more better relationship with the other ASEAN countries, because as a Burmese, and I have traveled a lot in Southeast Asia as well, and I noticed that there's not much understanding between countries itself. So I was hoping there would be much more understanding between the ASEAN countries.
There is no doubt that interesting times lays ahead for Myanmar and the region. The feel-good factor from recent reforms has certainly raised expectations, but also magnifies the need for Myanmar to expand its capacity in order to meet the complex challenges in months and years ahead, as it turns once again to face the world beyond its borders. I'm Panu Wongcha-um of Thai News Agency, reporting for ASEAN TV from Yangon, Myanmar.